Welcome, everybody, once again to Bottom Card Booking, right here on UndefinedRadio.com. Appreciate you guys and gals tuning in. So, we're having a little bit of camera difficulty here.
What an afternoon, man.
Good
here. Grief. Yeah, I'm here, but golly, man.
He is here. His camera's a little bit frozen, though, which is hilarious.
Probably didn't happen until I walked in, because it was like, oh, hell froze over. Alan made it in time.
It probably is, but that's fine. So you ain't going to be seen, dude.
That's fine.
I'm sorry, because we can't unfreeze that camera without,
He's here, folks. There he is.
He is.
Hey,
there he is.
He is over there.
2 count in the building. Welcome.
You know, we actually could do something else here. Let's go. Let's try this a different way.
Oh.
So we're going to bring in a different camera.
Bring in a different camera, huh?
We'll see what happens here. This is such a classy way to start
Dude,
this show tonight,
I'm telling
man.
you, this afternoon, man, has
unrehearsed,
been...
baby, unrehearsed.
That's right. That's exactly what it is. This is definitely unrehearsed.
That's right. You
We
just
have
flow
no
with what
idea.
you
We'll
got.
pull that. There we go. We got 0-2 count.
Oh, hey, now I'm here.
We're going to do it in a different way, but we got him. We got him. We don't quit.
What's up, guys?
That's the best thing. But it's good to have all you guys in the studio.
Finally.
Certainly glad to have everybody out there tuned in to Undefined Radio and to Bottom Card Booking. As we're talking wrestling, lots of wrestling to talk about. We got a special guest coming up around 6:15 or so from CCW to talk about CCW. Cannot wait for that.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. You know a lot more about CCW. You've been up there. You worked for CCW. So it's fun to hear, and this is what I keep trying to tell people. If you have your organization you want to talk about it, you need to let us know. I mean, we would love to have people on there talking about wrestling. Our whole goal is to do that, to expand it, to really get it out there so more people are going to talk about it and talk about what's going on out there in the wrestling world. So excited to have this. Jason will be here. Can't wait to talk to him about what's going on out there with CCW. We got a lot of wrestling to talk about too, though. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on. We're going to talk about Last Stand, which is Redeem Wrestling's next show that will be on July the 10th. And oh my goodness, there's so much going on right now. Wish our best to Big Red. Dwayne, man, I hate that too, dude. Dwayne Red is out right now, medical procedure and all that good stuff, and might not be back for a minute.
Yeah.
So just, send your prayers up to Big Red out there. We love you, man, and hopefully be back soon. So we will be a man down for sure. It looks like it's just going to be me and Junior.
Really?
Come 2 on 4, I don't know how fair that is.
Hey,
but so far,
it's the wrestling business, right?
Dude, yeah, that's what we got. And everybody's saying, well, what about Rooster? What about Rooster? Look, Rooster has his hands full. He's in a number 1 contenders match with Walker Hayes and the Gun Show Brett Michaels to determine who the true number 1 contender is for Redeem Wrestling to take on either Alex Cross or Mike Reels, the winner of their championship match, come that next Saturday night on July 10th. So there's a lot at stake at Last Stand.
Yep.
And we're going to get to all that. We'll talk about that stuff. But, yeah, dude, a lot of things going on. Before we do, let's talk we'll probably talk about that after our guest is on. WWE had some more releases.
Yeah.
I mean, just more coming. And sadly, I'm not upset with it, I don't guess.
I mean, it really wasn't anybody that's like that's on Raw every week.
Yeah, it'd be different if it was like
NXT
Reigns
talent.
or somebody out there who got let go or something like that. But Fandango?
Yeah, NXT talent and 205 Live talent is
That's right.
pretty much what.
So what was the list? Who all was on that list?
I know it was
this
Fandango, Tyler Breeze, Davari.
The Singh brothers.
Yeah, what they call them, the Bollywood boys or something.
The Bollywood boys,
That's
man.
right.
Bollywood boys.
Well, these are all guys that really aren't being used for anything.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no house shows going on.
Besides 201 Live.
Sitting in the catering pretty much.
Yeah, and they're being paid for it.
Yeah, which is great.
So, I mean, if you're going to, it makes no sense to run your company where you're just paying people to do nothing anyway.
But look at Bo Dallas. Bo Dallas has been coming there every week for over a year.
Yeah.
He's done nothing.
and nothing. You're just showing up, going, okay, well, I'm still getting a check though.
They
So
may use me, they may
yeah.
not use me.
So here's the funny thing too is when people get released like that, and there's not really much you can say. You can be upset that they've never used you, but you can't be upset over the fact you've been collecting a paycheck
No.
for not doing anything. I mean, so, but some of these guys get to go there. I think you made the statement what Fandango was there for, what, 14 years?
Yeah, he was there for 14 years. I mean, and his first match was at WrestleMania against Chris Jericho,
Yep.
where he won. So he won his first match at WrestleMania against Chris Jericho. So that's a big deal. But, you know, you also got to look at, you know, what creative really didn't know what to do with him. And that's why he and Tyler Breeze both were back on NXT. But
Yeah.
you know, a couple years ago when they were doing the Fashion Files on SmackDown,
Mm-hmm.
that was something that kind of put him over. You know, got him over with the fans some, and you know, I don't really.
What happened? They pulled the plug on it.
And they pulled the plug on
dude.
it.
Most good things in WWE, they pull the plug on it.
But you
Yeah.
said it though that you know, creative doesn't know what to do with them. First
Allegedly.
First of all, you gave them the name Fandango. That should tell you everything.
Fine.
That's not creative.
Go.
But then, the story just broke of that chick who just got hired as a writer for WWE, right?
Oh yeah, the comedian.
The
Bobby
comedian who doesn't even know Bobby Lashley's name.
Right. That's Bobby Ashley or Bobby Lashley,
Yeah.
something like that.
I really
We're not
should
really
know
sure.
that. Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
First of all, you should know wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't know wrestling, why are you being hired? This is the biggest problem I
Well,
have.
that's
with
probably a
WWE.
question for most of the writers, and
Once again, I'll say this, and I've said it on here before, I know. Why do you hire these people who have no idea about wrestling, and you have Michael Hayes, Terry Taylor, Adam Pearce, man, you got all these guys backstage that knew and know how to draw money.
because
Exactly.
Then all you have them do is just produce a match.
That's right.
it's sports entertainment now. It's not pro wrestling. Vince doesn't care about pro
Listen,
wrestling.
But
I
here's
don't
the
care
problem
what
with
it is.
entertainment.
It's four sides to a ring. It's two guys in the match, a good guy versus a bad guy.
That's right.
It's pro wrestling. I don't care what you call it.
And here's one thing about this whole entertainment thing that they're trying to call. I'm like, well, there's still such a good thing as good and bad entertainment.
Yeah.
You don't go get a B or C or D movie writer,
No.
somebody who has zero credits for anything other than something that's straight to DVD or whatever it is now that you're putting on one of these off-brand streaming services that you have to bootleg to get anyway, and because you can't get on a real streaming platform, and that's your person who are saying, oh, I want them to write for us. The only reason you can even get those people to write for you because they weren't successful in their other job.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that.
Exactly.
So if you're going to have somebody write for you, have somebody who's done wrestling and knows it. We talk about this. Wrestling is not hard to figure out. It's not hard to get right. But yet they seldom do anymore because they just don't use old school psychology. I mean, it's basic.
And you know something
So basic.
something I've been thinking about too with the crowds coming back in a couple weeks, because I think when's the first Raw show back in front of fans? What is it, July 17th or something,
Yeah, something like
that?
that. 16, 17. Yeah.
So in Houston, I think
Yeah.
somewhere in Texas.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that, and I don't have a clue how ticket sales for that are going,
Oh,
or
they all
how
sold
ticket
out.
have they sold out?
Everything's sold out.
So I mean, that's good. I mean, because you still got, and it may just be people that are wanting to get out and go see a
Sure.
WWE event
Absolutely.
because it's been so long since they've been to one, and that's fine. That's cool. But what are you going to do if you get back on the road and you're still doing these same shows that you've been doing with Raw, whether or not it's 3 hours of a bunch of filler stuff that, you know, just isn't good quality,
I don't think it will
Oh,
be.
yeah.
and your crowd starts deplenishing. You know, is that a word? Deplenishing?
yeah,
Do you know what I'm
I do.
like?
We understand.
Depleting. That's what I was going for. I put
Yeah.
replenishing and depleting together.
Deplenishing is
Deplenishing. But
Deplenishing.
depleting, your crowd starts depleting because they're not entertained by what they're seeing live. So I don't know if that's an issue that they're going to run by, but you know, I mean, I guess time will tell.
Well, the problem is that, you know, we have a formula, but if your formula is mediocre at best, then what kind of formula do you really have?
Yeah.
they're like, well, I mean, this is how we've been doing things, and it sucks. For the most part, people hate it.
Yep.
I mean, they like SmackDown,
Yeah.
and there's only really 2/3 of that that's really good, and that's because you have a very small roster.
Yeah.
So all those guys and
And you've got
gals are
Paul
asked to
Heyman on
really
that side.
work. Yeah, and it's
And,
you know,
and one thing about those guys, SmackDown gets carried to a lot broader audience than what Raw does.
yes,
Yeah.
it does.
Because I mean, it's on network TV. Even if you
Yeah.
don't have cable, you can still get SmackDown.
That's right, and it's awesome. I love it. I think it's great.
I'll tell you what, the
the
Reigns
whole thing's
Uso
great.
stuff right now is probably some of the best stuff that WWE's done, and I couldn't tell you how long.
Oh my God, I know. And then,
Yeah.
like with the Edge attack the other night was good, very well done. And a lot of that was it's the most fun thing to watch right now in wrestling to me, because but here's the sad part. This is the part that makes me mad though, is most all of these angles could be that way in one form or the other if you just let the talent do it.
Right.
And you'd stop putting comedy writers who don't know what they're doing and who are too stupid not to go out on these stupid broadcasts and podcasts and say all these idiotic things like, I'm just getting paid to do a job and I don't really care about the product I'm writing for or anything. Well, that certainly doesn't, strike.
There's your
and
pink slip right
steal
there.
Your
Yeah.
employer with confidence in you.
Yeah.
I mean, but we see that a lot though, and that's horrible. I mean, that is terrible.
I'm fixing to. I think I'm fixing to try to see if I can apply for a job with them.
I want to. Let's
Creative.
go. What have you written for? Well, about a dozen things in this line of business that's so much better than what you're hiring these other folks for.
Exactly. People who don't know
Yeah.
who they're even writing for.
We'll at least know who your talent is,
Exactly.
what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are, where they shine at, where they don't shine at, and how
Yep.
we can make it better.
Yep.
I don't understand. That's the mentality I don't get. Why would you not want to make your product better? Even out here on the indies, like I was talking to some of the guys the other night. We were having conversations. You have conversations with talent all the time, but it's like, what can we do? What can we do to make things better and change things up and really get some more interest going on and challenge the guys and get their interest in how they want to do some of these things and really let them sink their teeth into a lot of stuff. And to me, that's the whole point of it.
Yeah.
You got to get people in here who are willing to do all that. Dude, these folks though, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It is so ridiculous. I mean, what do you do? What do you do like that? But I thought it was very, very interesting though when that came out, and you're reading it and you're going, really, this idiot went out there and said that. This chick goes out there and says that.
Yeah.
Bobby Ashley or Bobby something. I
Yeah.
didn't know his name.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
And
guess
then,
I really should.
now you're
know.
fired.
Like, really?
Yeah.
You think?
You're a champion.
But worse than that, worse than her is the people who hired her.
Yeah.
The people who signed off on that, saying, yes, you make a great addition. How?
Which
How do you look at her resume and go,
And I wonder-
she's going to be the
And
one?
I try to wonder who's that fall under.
That's
I
what I
mean,
want to know.
Well, which
I mean,
company has
is
the
it
better
Kevin
con?
Dunn? Is it Kevin Dunn? Is it?
Well, it's,
uh,
I don't know. I
Well,
thought he was
it's
just,
not Laurinaitis because
it's
he's
not
not
Laurinaitis. Wasn't Stephanie over creative at one point? Over the writers?
At
I don't
one
know if she
time,
still
but
is. I know
yeah,
one time she was.
Yeah, boss.
Here we go. And welcome. You are on Redeemed Wrestling. Who we got here? Oh, well, I say
Bottom
that.
card booking, brother.
I do what,
Bottom
buddy? I
card
can't
booking.
get it. Hey, how you doing, man? This is Bottom Card Booking. We got you on the air.
Yeah.
I hope we do anyway. Let me see if I do. Hello, this is Bottom Card Booking. Dude, I know this works at some point.
Caller, you're on the air.
Caller, you are on the air. Caller was on the air. Caller's no longer on the air. Dude, I don't know. That was weird.
What happened there?
I don't know. I
New
have no
cord and
idea.
everything.
Technology, man. Technology.
Dude, this technology is something else. So I'm losing my computer. It's going away too over here on the opposite side of it. Gotta buy a new computer. That's crazy. I don't know why. I mean, it's been working. This whole calling deal. I was pretty excited about this. So
Yep.
we'll see. Hopefully
I
they'll
did
call
see
back.
we were talking just a minute ago before that about the WWE going like house shows. I did see where they got the main events booked already with Kofi and Drew McIntyre against Lashley and MVP for the
Oh, do they?
main events. Yep,
Well,
for the
yeah,
house shows.
I don't know, man. Some of that's
I think
ridiculous.
Kofi and Lashley's going to be a pretty good match.
You think? I think it can be, but again, I think And I'm not one of those who's been upset with Bobby Lashley or his work or anything. I thought he's done really well. I like his work and what they've been doing here lately. I mean, they're making him the monster he should be. This is a massive, strong, quick dude. It's not like he's just some lumbering oaf who can't work and who's not an actual athlete on top of that. Dude, I just don't know. And caller, you are on Bottom Card Booking. How can we help you today? What you got going on? I'll tell you what,
man.
Dude, this is not wanting to pick up the signal. I don't know what's going on. I'm telling you, this was working perfectly earlier, and now it's not, and it's starting to bug me a little bit.
Well, he can hear us.
That's what usually does during live shows.
Yeah, he can hear us, yeah.
And I don't know why we're not getting him. That is ridiculous, because I'm telling you, earlier, this stuff was smoking.
Let's rig it and speakerphone to your mic, Chad.
Dude, I'm going to have to do it that way. I'm going to have to do it old school. Hang on just a second, Jason. We got you. We're going to do this a different way. See if we can work it this way. Try it and go this way, Jason. I don't know if you can hear us, buddy, but hopefully this will work instead.
Oh, yeah, I can hear you guys fine. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
There you are.
There we go. There we go. Cool.
Sorry about that. Our wires are all crossed literally in this room right now. We don't know what's going on right now.
No, you're good. No problem at all.
How's it going, man?
Going pretty good. Trying to recover from the weekend. So it was a tough start having a Monday, but we're doing all right. So,
man, Alan tells me a lot of great things about CCW and what y'all got going on. What you got coming up? Tell us a little bit about it.
Oh, yeah. Well, we just finished our Inferno show. Great one. And then we're moving into our 5-year anniversary show that's going to be July 31st in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. And, man, 5 years of doing this, I was putting together some honoring of some of the older talent that's been through the area, and it just made me kind of go through all the memories that we've had. So we've been going pretty good for a little while now, but 31st is going to be a special show. We're bringing back some of the guys I know that you probably heard of: Sarge O'Reilly, Austin Lane, a couple of Nikki Lane, a couple other ones that have come through the area and really helped us out quite a bit. And got a big show planned that night. So.
And that's a pretty good amount of talent. I mean, we watch your product a lot, and we kind of try to keep up with what's going on. And you had a lot of great names and great workers come through there.
Well, I grew up in Mississippi and kind of in that area, and was running with the XOW crew for a long time, and just kind of got the basis of running a show down with them. And I always wanted to think, when Billy and Tony got together, they would bring in different talent from everywhere, not just Memphis. And that was kind of something that I wanted to do. So with our show, we got people from the Memphis area, Arkansas, Illinois, up near Chicago, Kansas City. So I tried to bring in a large area, just different kind of workers and just the best that everybody has to offer from around. And it seems to work pretty well. And yeah, some of these guys that we put in here, I mean, we just brought a guy named Jake Landers in from Illinois, and he came in and just killed it the other night and won our Pure Championship. I mean, just you never know what kind of talent you're going to get to see face-to-face at our shows. So that's what we really try to do. I like to expand and have new talent.
What was the biggest challenge for you starting CCW up, 5 years later to where it's grown?
It's the state of Missouri, honestly. I never, being in Mississippi and Tennessee, I never had a commission to really worry about. I mean, Mississippi had one, but whatever. We know about that. So
we all know how that was.
That's right.
Exactly. So it didn't. I never had to work with one like I do now. And we have to make sure everybody has their blood work on time, their physicals. I've got to turn it in weeks early with the whole roster who's going to be there. And that was really what has been the hardest thing to get used to and to deal with, was just getting the commission and making sure it's just not, hey, you want to work this night? Hey, come out and do it. No, we got to go through all these steps first. So that added some difficulty to it, but after about year 4, it started getting in a routine for me and started going normal. So,
well, we all know about COVID, and we all hate talking about COVID and everything that's happened, but how have you found it coming back out of that now, with the crowds coming back in and being allowed to? And I don't know how Missouri was. I know how it was here in the SIP, but how have you found the difference, and what have you seen in the crowds?
Well, we tried to run as long as we could last year. I think we ran into like August or September of last year, and even during that time, it was kind of unprecedented. Not a lot of people were running, and I could tell, and it just you're walking on eggshells every time you ran a show. Are people going to show up with masks? Are they going to try to take them off? And is it going to call? You always worry about the social media backlash. Oh, this picture was taken. These people weren't wear masks or anything. But since it's opened back up, the crowds have been incredible. We've been over 300 every show. This past show, we were about 350, and the support that we have is, I feel like, it's coming back even more. People were tired of sitting at home, and you can tell now. I look around all indie wrestling, from down in Texas, the Fury, SWE Fury down there with our friend Rodney Mack. They're killing it with 1,000 people showing up, and I think we might be getting back to like an independent kind of where it's on fire again, and people are wanting to get out and see some good shows. So it's an exciting time.
Well, that was going to be my next question for you. Is that you know how it was with wrestling, what they call going downhill? It's just not the same anymore. But it seems like we've seen a resurgence on the indie scene, especially.
Oh yeah. Because a lot of people talked about AEW coming in and really signing a lot of independent talents and stuff. And as far as I can, and I can see, and all the talent I've seen, it actually made the other guys that's kind of been in the background, the shadows, really step their game up. Now you've got, independent workers just out there, Keith in Texas, he's a big name that I would like to bring in, Everett Connors, a lot. You can see the independent guys like actually starting to become stars again. So it's like a huge, just a huge big circle, all the big talent goes, and then, now this new talent starting to crop up, and it's some good athletic, crazy talent out there. And now these WWE releases are probably going to start going back into the indies too, and then build their way back up again. So it's just a big circle. But I think, right now it's awesome. The talent and the shows that people are putting on right now with the talent out there.
Yeah, and you speak of the indie talent that's going around. This weekend you had the besties in the world versus the Crowleys versus the
Lowlifes.
The Lowlifes, right, with Joey O'Reilly and the realist Calvin Aldrich. He had to step in and be Joey's partner. And so you talk about that talent. The besties in the world, they're a tag team that's pretty well known, and they've been some places. And the Lowlifes, Joey O'Reilly, he's been with CCW for a couple years now, and then you got the Crowleys too, man. That's a lot of talent that was in that match alone.
100%, and that's just it. Kind of goes along with what I was saying too, with the talent you have right there. The realist Calvin, he was going to be in the battle royal, and it's nice to have a guy that I can, if something comes up, like Jordan from the Lowlifes wasn't able to make it, so. Calvin got that opportunity, and he shined.
Yeah.
He was in there with, top, the Crowleys. We all know the Crowleys. They're, to me, one of the best independent tag teams in the United States right now, period. I think they're awesome. And the besties, former Evolve tag team champions, been around the world wrestling, and, they... No telling where they might show up here in the next couple months. Not that I know anything. I'm just saying. So you never know where they're going to show. But when Calvin, just to have that guy he's never been in that type of match with those type of guys, and he just stepped in there and it was smooth. You couldn't tell any kind of difference, and that's kind of the talent I'm talking about. It's just crazy how good these guys are. They're just waiting for an opportunity to shine.
Yeah, and when somebody can step in and not look out of place, that says a lot about that talent. And I really enjoyed watching Calvin work Saturday night. I wasn't able to be there, but just being able to watch it on Fight TV, I really enjoyed seeing him get out there and get his shine in.
I was super proud of him. I've known Calvin for about 3 years. There's a group of Kansas City guys that all ride together in, and man, they'll help set up the ring, they'll help tear it down, they'll do whatever's asked. And Calvin was that guy. He worked so long, and then he finally got that opportunity, and I started letting him work. And, man, just super proud of what he's done. And like I said, I was super proud of the match he put on the other night with those guys. So.
Hey, Jason, it's Randy here with the show. I was going to ask you, you were talking about with all the releases coming out of the, out of the WWE. I want to know, do you think CCW might be one of the first ones to hire Braun Strowman for that big $15,000 guarantee he wants?
You know what? I really can understand the drawing power of Braun Strowman, but I don't even know. There would be about 3 or 4 other $10,000 guys I'd pick before him.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Hey, think about it. He can't use Braun Strowman. He cannot use that name.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing too. There's a lot of guys that you would be shocked at how much they're asking for, because I got an email just the other day from a guy that wasn't Braun Strowman's level of talent asking for just that much or even more.
Wow.
It was.
Hey, be careful.
I didn't even respond to him.
Be careful.
So if that tells you anything.
Be careful, because if Allen keeps on Memphis TV for about 6 more months, he can be that kind of price.
Listen to this.
I
guy.
know.
Superstar rep over here.
Yeah.
Listen to that guy, man.
He's gonna be asking for like Earl Hebner kind of money.
That's right. So Jason, how do you, when you're going through your roster and you're deciding on your show, and when you look at all this talent, because I know so much talent wants to come up there and work for you, and why not? You've got a successful company, people talk about it. How do you start making those determinations of like, look, I can only say yes to a certain amount of people each show. I just can't book everybody.
Yeah.
What do you look at per show on a show-to-show basis?
Well, we try to really keep our storylines going, and when I kind of keep it as a rotation. I bring guys in, they do about 3 to 6 months with us. Then I kind of rotate them out and bring in new talent. But I always, at the same time, like to give opportunities. Like, we had a battle royal, and I just said, hey, guys, if you got any friends or whatever that wants to come up and try out, just come on up here, and you got a license, I'll let you work the show. And I get talent like that a lot of times too, that earn their way on there. That's like, oh man, he was really good. I can bring him back and do something with him. We had a young man by the name of Peyton Ayers, who is a local talent. He's only did about 3 or 4 matches, and he got put up the ring. He did a seminar with Mike Bennett, and I talked to him, and he was a big kid. And I said, hey, you know what? I got an open spot for a match, a dark match with Levi Everett. I don't know if you guys know Levi Everett, but he does a homage gimmick. Super awesome guy. And I brought him in to work Levi, and he did good, and I seen potential. So I'm like, hey, from now on, man, when I have a show up, I'll find something for you. But it can be tough, because there's a lot of talent out there. A lot of stuff that I want to bring in. And I noticed lately, I'm like, man, I'm getting close to, like, I was looking at this anniversary show. I'm like, man, I got 9 matches. And I still got some guys I need to put somewhere. So it can be a struggle. But I normally do, like I said, a rotation of, storylines too. We've been lucky enough to have Warhorse come in and spend, the past. He signed up for us for about a 6-month run. And the way things are going, we might do another 6 months.
Oh, that's
so,
awesome.
So it's just, I like to give everybody opportunity and kind of rotate in and out. But, we try to give everybody at least a shot, because I know I don't want to be the guy that ignored someone, and then, I want to at least give someone a talent if they're willing to come up and work for it.
Oh, absolutely. So tell us about your relationship with Fight TV. How has that helped CCW?
It really has helped us, not in our local area per se, but I'd say exposure. We get hits from, California. We even got some from London that, like our page. We had a guy from Australia, so you get to see the world gets to kind of see your product. I mean, if they're there on they might see, hey, Warhorse is going to be on here tonight. I'm gonna check him out, or hey, Josh Alexander's going to be there next month wrestling. I want to check him out, and see, and if those names can bring it in and they can learn my talent and the local guys, that's a win for everybody, the way I look at it. And we have seen quite a bit of interest, and some of my guys have been getting hit up with bookings from all over the United States because they did see them on Fight TV. So it's been great for us. I like to be kind of a launching pad for guys. I don't expect guys to be here forever, but if I can help them further their career and they can be seen on Fight and have that, exposure,
Oh, sure.
I don't see why it's a win for everybody. So.
All right, so I got a couple more questions before we let you go. One of them being, there's used to be this big, it's how one promotion would think they're in direct competition with another promotion. They wouldn't want to work with each other, or if somebody was running certain talent, they wouldn't hire that talent just because they seen it as, or took it as an affront because they're working with somebody else. But I see a lot more now that more promotions are saying, hey, look, I've got this other guy here that might be a good fit too. Have you seen that change as far as running these last few years?
100%. And I call that the Tennessee mentality. That's, don't go down here and work. And I can get that because every show in Tennessee is 5 miles from each other. And, hey, we're seeing each other, these guys 3 or 4 times a week. I mean, so I can kind of understand where they're coming from a little bit. But for me, my thing is, like, we have a great relationship with KOD up in St. Louis, and we trade talent. We bring talent in, and it's really nice to have that. And I wish more companies would do it because, they're running on Friday in St. Louis. I'm running on Saturday in Cape Girardeau. It's a 2-hour difference. Boom, why not bring in one talent? We split the cost of a flight or something, and then everybody can have that talent at their show. If people work together like that, things would be a heck of a lot different, with more companies. But that jealousy, man, it's something else. People don't want to see other people doing well. And, that's just the type, I don't understand it really, because honestly, there's more than enough wrestling fans. There really is. If you can tap their interest, you can get people to come to your show that probably have never been, and then if you can hook them, you're there. So I don't understand why people fight really between each other and bicker, but hey, it's wrestling.
That's right. But I think it also helps. It helps the boys too and the girls out there who are working to even give more of themselves to go. You know what? They're all helping me. I can go work more places now, and I'm not being chastised for it. I'm not being drugged down. I don't fear that somebody's going to try to blacklist me. It's just like, hey, I can go out here and work. It's like a big, huge extended family. And I think it just works better for everybody if some of these other promoters would see that and go, you know what? It's not really a detriment to me. It's a benefit because now I can get my hands on more talent. We're helping other people. Nobody's fighting, and it's so much better for everybody involved.
100%, because to me, you can only sell a T-shirt at one place so many times. You got to get out there. These guys need to sell their gimmicks and all that, so I'm all for that kind of stuff. And if it helps them make money and it helps them get more exposure so they can get out, I mean, I got to tell you, Zay Washington, Aaron Roberts, which, he'll always be Gage to me. I know you guys know him, but he's, I've known him since he was around 7, 8 years old, coming to the shows, and I was always around him. Now just seeing where he's at and working with us, they've gotten more opportunities. I think Zay's headed up to New Jersey next month, and then they're going over to Texas, and they're traveling all those places. So it's really cool to see stuff like that, and and that's because they work, they go everywhere, and they travel, and people and that's the kind of thing that if we can all get together and let people work different shows and just have more and more fans for everybody.
All right, so let's talk about this anniversary show real quick before we get you off here. I want to know about this show, where people can go to follow you guys, any piece of information where you can get new fans who listen to this broadcast to find out about CCW. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, absolutely. You can probably the best place is Cape Championship Wrestling on Facebook. That's where we post a lot of our breaking news and stuff like that, who's coming in, the match lineups and all that. We are in the process of updating our website, but you can still buy tickets there at capewrestling.com. And, we got a huge show. We have Aaron Roberts wrestling the X Division champion, Josh Alexander, which is going to be an incredible match. We've got Warhorse coming in to face our champion, Brandon Bobwire. And then we got an open challenge for KLD. I was waiting to hear back from him, but I haven't heard it back because I was actually going to announce it was going to be on the show, but I haven't got 100% confirmation. But He's probably going to be, he's going to be a pretty well-known guy, I'd say. But we got some big stuff planned for this show. We haven't announced all our matches yet, but if you check us out on Facebook, you're probably going to get to see a WWE Hall of Famer here in the next couple weeks or two be announced. So that's all I'm saying.
Big news.
Yep. Big news there.
That's good stuff. Well,
So that's what we're trying for.
Well, Jason, we really appreciate it. And what night is this on again?
This is Saturday, July 31st. It's at the AC Brazzi Arena there in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. And they said you can get tickets at capewrestling.com. Follow us on Facebook and get all the updates. And we'll be there putting on a great show. And then if you can't make it out, we will be on Fight TV Live that night.
And guys, look, this is not a hard drive from where we're at up here in North Mississippi.
No.
We have some fans from here come over there sometimes, I know, because they talk to us about it. It's a great experience by everyone who's told me. I'm one of these days we're going to have to make it up there.
Yeah, man. Come on.
But I think you've got to go check this out. I think this show will be the one to go to if you can get a ticket.
It's going to be a special night. It really will be.
Jason, we appreciate it, man. Thanks so much for calling in, and sorry about the technical difficulties.
Hey, no problem. I appreciate you guys having me, and anytime that you just let me know, and I appreciate you. And tell Alan, or you can hear me, Alan. You're gonna have to come down on that PO before the next show.
Exactly.
All right, hey
Tell
man,
him.
we'll be in contact, man. I'll be talking to you. We'll
His
figure
lawyers will
something
talk
out.
to you. His lawyers will call you.
That's right. And look, you guys are welcome on here anytime. We'll reach out to you. We'll get some more interviews set up because it's been a total pleasure talking to you, Jason.
Absolutely, pleasure is all mine. I appreciate you guys.
All right, brother.
Thank
you
you,
have a good
brother.
night, man.
You do the same. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow, man.
CCW in the house.
Cool. CCW in the house. That was fun. I missed doing that. I mean, especially the more that we have talking about these guys who are out here in the business doing these things, the more exciting it is anyway. And so that was pretty cool. That was awesome. All right, we were well past our break time, but I think that was very much worth it.
Right.
So we're going to take our first break of the night. We come back. Lots more to talk about. We're talking about Last Stand. All this good wrestling coming up. Y'all listening to Bottom Card Booking right here on UndefinedRadio.com. Looking for new ink, tattoo makeover, or cover-up? Trippy Tats is the tattoo artist for you. They can bring your tat ideas to life in amazing detail. Whether simple or complex, whether you're a first-timer or you've had multiple tattoos, hit up Trippy Tats on Instagram and schedule your session today. Yard Emotion Lawn Rental. Serving North Mississippi and select areas, our yard rentals enhance your event with bold, beautiful displays built around your needs. From birthdays to graduations, birth announcements to retirements, and so much more, let Yard Emotion Lawn Rentals bring your lawn to life. Visit our website at yardemotion.com or call us at 662-426-1000. Yard Emotion Lawn Rental. A yard celebration without the frustration because we do all the work.
Hi, folks. Ricky Swindle from Batesville Tire and Muffler on the corner of Highway 6 and Eureka Street. Daddy used to say, if you can do it, then you ain't bragging. Batesville Tire and Muffler has been voted Panola County's #1 tire store, #1 brake shop, and #1 muffler shop. We've been here a long time, folks. Taking care of your vehicle is not a hobby to us. It's been our job since we were boys. So for your tires, brakes, shocks, struts, alignments, and mufflers, come see the #1 tire, #1 brake, and #1 muffler store in Panola County, Batesville Tire and Muffler.
Bourne and Hawkins Insurance, your nationwide insurance agents in Batesville, Hernando, and South Haven. They are on your side. Talk to Ben Bourne in Hernando, Josh Hawkins in Batesville, and Benji Edge in South Haven for insurance for agricultural business, commercial insurance, and for your life, home, and auto insurance. They are on your side. Visit them online at bourneandhawkins.com. Bourne and Hawkins Insurance, your nationwide insurance agents in Batesville, Hernando, and South Haven. On your side. Cafe Ole on Highway 6 in Batesville, ready for you with curbside service. The number's 563-2727. 563-2727 for curbside service at Cafe Ole on Highway 6 in Batesville. All the delicious food on the menu is available curbside and almost everything ready in under 15 minutes at Cafe Ole. Doing our part to keep everyone safe with curbside service. The number's 563-2727. 662-563-2727 for all the food on the Cafe Ole menu, including that delicious cheese dip. 563-2727 for Cafe Ole.
And welcome back to Bottom Card Booking right here on UndefinedRadio.com. If you missed it, man, Jason was on here. That was great. It was great talking to Jason. I got to be honest with you. Talking about CCW. hopefully we'll get to talk to a lot more of those guys on here. We're going to get to more of an interview format on here, bringing guys in, talking. So if you want to be on the show, let us know. Because it's just a lot of fun, first of all. First of all, it's just a lot of fun to be able to pick these guys' brains. And guys like Jason, though, first of all, who've been in this business a while and has developed CCW. And when you're drawing people like that, you're doing something right. When you got staying power, you're doing something right. So I liked a lot of the stuff that he was talking about, especially. I mean, bringing guys in for their runs, 3-6 months, all that good stuff. So pretty cool stuff. Go check out CCW. Go check out Cape Girardeau Wrestling on Facebook, Fight TV. I think you're going to enjoy it.
Yep.
I think you're going to enjoy it. All right, let's talk about Last Stand's coming up. Last Stand is coming up.
Big show.
Big show.
We got
6 matches.
less than 2 weeks now, right?
Yeah, that'll be a week from Saturday.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. It's going to be crazy. And we're not talking about just of course, we've got the big champion versus champion match. You've got the returning Mike Reels, who never lost his title, was stripped of his title, versus the current champion, Alex Cross. They're going head-to-head. Reels challenged Cross. Loser leaves town, champion versus champion. It's not just one thing. This is
Loser
two
leaves
stipulations
redeemed.
in one.
Yep. It's big.
The winner's the champion. The winner stays, loser goes.
Yep.
That easy.
Yep.
That easy. That's huge. And they're just not gone for a minute, not gone for a week. They're gone. That's incredible. That's pretty cool. That's a huge match. That match alone is worth coming out and watching this show for.
That's the first time for Redeemed to have anything like that, right?
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, it's the first loser leaves.
It is.
Redeem match.
It
Loser
is.
leaves Wyatt.
Loser leaves wide. Yeah, for real. So you've got that one. You've got the Southern X
The
Championship.
battle. You got the Battle of the Bulls, as I called it.
You do. You do. You got Ken Dang versus Brody Hawk.
Man.
And, dude, that's going to be a good one.
For the Southern X belt.
For the Southern X belt. That's going to be, Ken has held on to that champion. He's not about this one and done stuff.
And
Ken's a great talent, though.
yeah.
Ken Dang is a really good talent. I feel it's been overlooked for a really long time. Fans have kind of gotten behind Ken. They can see the talent that man has, and he does. You watch his offense and how he operates, man, that dude can go.
Yep. And Ken's another guy that works up at Cape, too. So,
Yeah, absolutely. Works on championship wrestling. Dude's getting around.
Yeah.
And
what it
rightfully
takes.
so. And rightfully so.
That's what it takes.
I agree. And so props to Ken.
But I tell you what, though, he better be on his P's and Q's come July 10th because Brody Hawk, we've talked about Brody Hawk before on the show. We know how Brody Hawk is. And
Look, Brody Hawk is not a technical wrestler.
no.
No,
He's
just
going
a
to beat the
brawler.
brakes off
Yeah.
of
He's
you.
just a brawler.
So you just better be ready because he knows all the tricks. He's not coming here to mat wrestle you and do all this technical wrestling. Buddy, you better be. It's
He's
old
there to
school.
hurt you. He's there to hurt you.
He's a brawler.
He's going to brawl and he's going to tie you up and he's going to do whatever it takes to win. Mm-hmm. And you better be ready for it. And Ken better be ready for it because it's not going to be like anything he's used to. I don't believe. You've also got a grudge match with Deacon Pierce and a rejuvenated Tommy Knox.
Yeah.
I think Tommy's been kind of tired of being the comedic foil for the Pink Flamingos, and it's just he ain't playing around anymore. This is to me that's gonna be a fun match. You got a young and up and comer in there against the old vet, but the vet who's really hasn't been serious in 15 years or longer, probably longer.
Was it Tommy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, who's just been hanging around with the Flamingos, kind of being the low man on the pole.
Being the butt of the joke.
Again, the comedic foil for the group. And when I met Tommy, he wasn't that way.
No.
And I tell people this, you don't understand. The Tommy Knox I know, when I first got in this business, when he first got in this business, actually, a lot different. It wasn't any of this stuff and these shenanigans and all these other things I think he's just gotten pigeonholed into, and now he's kind of letting loose again. So this ain't going to be just some guy stumbling around out there. Tommy can be vicious. And a lot of people have forgotten that who doesn't know him. You've never seen that side of him because you've never known Tommy like that, Alan. And Randy, I don't know if you saw him when he was younger.
I did see him when he was younger.
But this dude, back in the day, Tommy could really go. And
He just never was a big guy.
no, but he always went by hard knocks because he's tough and could bring it. And so, like I said, I think you're gonna see a new Tommy Knox. We've seen glimpses of it the past couple shows. This one coming up is a new one. And of course, we've got the Redeemed Wrestling Tag Team Championship match. This is the rubber match. It's a Texas Tornado match.
It's gonna be nuts.
You've got the champion Daybreakers against the Storm.
Is this not the first time for Redeemed also? Texas Tornado tag match?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And
Mississippi Tornado,
dude, I'm telling you, this one right here
Texas
is
Tornado.
going to be tough.
Holly Springs Tornado.
You got two good tag teams out there rolling around
Yeah,
that are
sure.
and they are, boy, boy, Daybreakers are no joke. They've proven it time and time again. They didn't come in here just to hang on to the belts for a show or for a couple of weeks here and there. They've been working everywhere.
Yeah, they don't
And-
want to be just a placeholder.
No, and they are definitely not that. So the Storm, I mean, if they don't win, where do they go? What happens with the tag team titles then too? I mean, who's up next? It ought to be fun to watch. I mean, we've already talked about 4 really good matches. Still got a couple matches left. You've got the triple threat match for the number 1 contendership to see who the true number 1 contender is. We had a lot of people say, I'm the number 1 contender out of this and that, and it's never come about. But you've got the Midnight Rooster,
Your guy.
my guy, Rooster. You've got the Gun Show, Brett Michaels, and you've got Walker Hayes. All 3 of these guys going to war for that number 1 contendership. Now, Crowley came out at the end of the last show talking about whoever wins this match between Reels and Cross, that he's in the wings waiting. But I got to tell you, you got these other guys out here who have been there battling. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see what comes out of that. I mean, these aren't just nobodies in there getting it done. These aren't guys who are going to halfway do it. These are guys who are going to go in there and just take it to each other.
That's why I call it the Battle of the Bulls.
Dude,
That's 3 big ones.
Every bit of that is going to be vicious.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that. It's going to be exciting in and of itself.
May need to reinforce the Redeemed ring.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's going to be something. Then, of course, you got the Savage Street Fight, Savage Brotherhood against the Wrecking Crew. You've got, of course, Tommy Too Good. You've got Justin Too Legit, Justin Michaels, Colton Anderson, Big Smitty. Against right now, looks like Junior and myself. So things have got to change.
Yeah.
Here, phone calls are going to have to be made.
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
going to have to do some working.
Dude, we are 2 men down right now, and it is, we were supposed to have Gio, but he couldn't make it. He had already previous engagement. He couldn't. He called me and let me know he couldn't be there. And then this emergency that happened with Big Red, he can't be there. So this is going to be,
Well, I know a guy that don't live too far from here that might can show up and help you out.
dude, I may need one. Because we're going to have to do something. I'm coming off my injury.
You still got some time with that injury, too. Don't you?
4 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still got 4 weeks. Yeah, about 4 weeks. So, but you can't leave Junior out by himself. So at some point, something's going to have to be done there. We've got about a week and a half to figure it out, 2 weeks to figure it out, a little less than 2 weeks to figure it out. But so 5 of those matches are solid. This last match could be a slaughter. So it's going to be really interesting to see. It's not being called Last Stand for no reason. Everything has some significance to it. There's a weight to it. There's 3 different championships, 4 technically if you want to consider that, on the line right now. You've got grudge matches. You've got these Texas Tornado matches. You've got street fights. Loser leaves town. I mean, good Lord.
Big event.
It's a big
show.
event.
Yeah.
It is a big event, and rightfully so. And I would argue that the talent in all of those matches is good.
Yep.
I think it's gonna be a really good show, a really good solid show.
I think so, too.
And if you want to have fun this summer, spend a great Saturday night watching wrestling and being part. The live events are what's fun.
Yeah.
Those, to me, is the best thing. Watching on TV is but if you really want to have fun, you come
live.
to a live event, because there's nothing better than being in a building with other people who share that same passion and doing it. Plus, you can get one of these super
The
sweet-
energy. Oh, look at there. Look at the plug. Look at the
That'd be
plug.
great.
Look at the
Look at
plug
the plug,
coming
yeah.
in.
Look at
Yeah,
that.
the plug. With
Dude.
the little,
It's great.
that the little Redeemed Wrestling logo at the bottom of it?
Right here?
Is that what that is? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
yeah, man,
Got
I
the
like that.
redeemed
Yeah.
logo right there.
Yeah, man, that's
Courtesy
cool.
of,
Savage Brotherhood
Good
on
way
it.
to tie it in there.
Yeah, dude. I mean, so we're looking at shirts, like, what do we want to do here? We want to get complicated? No, dude. Let's just get what we are. We're black and white. We're straight to the point.
NWO.
And it's just this is just how it is.
I'm just waiting for somebody in Redeem to come out with like something bright like Cena, and everybody's going black and red.
Oh, yeah.
We've
Like,
only got, I mean, most people are black. I mean, it is. There's a lot of black and red, right?
It's a lot.
So,
Even the ring ropes are black and red. I mean, that's
but you got
Canvas is black.
True.
what
Canvas is black.
yeah,
Ring skirt's
But you
black.
got, well, I guess the Daybreakers are black and blue.
yeah,
You got Deacon Pierce, who's really black and orange.
right, yep,
Tommy Knox is black and blue.
He must be a Tennessee fan.
Ken Dang is very colorful.
yep.
He's a colorful.
He's got
one.
that what does he call himself? Something
That's
Emperor,
the Emperor of Asia, man.
Oh, yeah.
Emperor Asia,
Yeah.
yeah,
Emperor
the
of
Asian
Asia,
colors, yeah,
Ken
yeah,
Dang.
I don't care. I just love Ken Dang. Dude's good. Ken's just great. Ken's just great. He is. So yeah, it's gonna be a good show. It's gonna be an exciting show, I think. So if you want to come see it,
$10.
next Saturday night, July 10th, White Baptist Family Life Center in White, Mississippi. Doors open at 6. Sinners Reborn's going to be there. It is going to be a huge
$10 to get in.
night of wrestling. $10 to get in. And
Children 5 and under free.
children 5 and under free.
And hey, it's even air conditioned.
That's
Yeah.
right. It is air conditioned
That's
for sure.
that's a plus.
Yeah, so
that's
it's gonna
the
be a fun
biggest
night.
plus.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So
yes,
come hang
yes.
out with us. It's gonna be
After
it's
that
gonna be a
outdoor show that
blast.
we had, being inside is definitely great.
Dude, that outdoor show last year was rough.
Brutal.
It was the worst thing. I hated it.
It was brutal.
I hated the heat. The heat's awful, and the poor fans who were out there in that. God bless you guys
Yeah.
for hanging out there the whole
Those
time.
were
And they were sitting on
troopers there.
pavement.
Yeah, they
What
were.
was even
That
worse-
heat's just radiating up.
Yep.
Oh, that was rough. That was a rough show. So, yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We'll have some pretty big announcements hopefully next Monday night regarding Last Stand. I'm kind of excited about it. I'm gonna have people on our side. We're gonna find out what it's about. But this weekend, of course, it's 4th of July weekend. 4th of July weekend. Stay safe.
Yep.
Please.
Party safe.
If you drink, don't drive.
Definitely not.
Do the watermelon crawl.
Yes, you do. Be
Oh,
where you're going to
God,
be
yeah,
at. if
my
you drink.
God.
Come on, man.
Alan was
You should
90s
be-
country
no,
over here.
hold on.
I
You should,
swear.
Randy, you should be proud
That
of
was
me.
good. That was good.
You should
Yes,
be proud of
I
me.
am proud of you. That was
Thank you.
good.
I'm
That was
kind
good.
Thank you.
Yeah, no
John
doubt.
Michael Montgomery.
Oh, my gosh. No, Lord.
He
See?
messed that right up.
See?
Tracy
he messed
Bird.
that right up.
Tracy Bird,
No,
dude.
it is Tracy Burke. Crap,
Good
man.
Lord, he says, "See,
I've even
I'm
got.
wrong."
I've even
Oh,
got.
see, I'm wrong. Yeah, exactly. I'm
I've got
wrong.
relatives with the last name Bird. and
Yeah,
I
yeah,
go,
Tracy
"Gosh,
Bird."
dang it, man. Well, at least, okay, I got
From
the song
Vidor,
right.
Texas.
But I named the song, so we're okay. Let's.
Yeah, but I
Give me
gotta
some
say, the
credit
best
somewhere.
day is not July 4th, which is on Sunday. It's July 3rd, which is Saturday.
Which is
Big
Storm's
Daddy's
birthday.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Big Daddy's birthday. It's gonna be a lot.
That's it.
That's right.
He's
So,
gonna be
we all having a party, or like, what's the deal? Like,
I'm
who's
having a
bringing the
party.
cake?
I'm
the,
having a
bring the
party.
cake. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
who's bringing
don't
the
worry
cake?
about the food over here.
Of course, look at me.
Shoot,
Of course, I
well,
want food.
Look, I'm going to my daughter's house.
Alan's worried
My
about
daughter's a
the.
great cook.
Alan's worried about the next CW30 deal. He ain't worried about it.
I know it.
Nobody's
He-
birthday.
he ain't studying
Which
that.
is July 11th.
It is July the 11th.
With Lance Archer. Isn't that the
Tickets-
one?
Yep. Lance Archer, AEW star, will be at the next Championship Wrestling from Memphis tapings on July 11th in Memphis. Tapings begin at 2 o'clock. Tickets are still available, so check that out because there'll be a meet and greet with Lance Archer beforehand. So you want to get your tickets. I'm pretty sure they're moving fast, so come join us that Sunday afternoon and
Should be a lot of
enjoy
fun.
it. Yeah, be a lot
Speaking
of
of
fun.
Memphis wrestling, I was telling Storm earlier, I saw Danny B. Good on there.
Yeah, Danny B's been around.
Danny B still
Danny
looks
B's
good.
been
He-
around.
he-
Yeah.
He's still in good
Still
shape.
young.
Yeah.
Yeah, him and Precious had a match.
Yeah. Dan can still go, too.
And then Derek the King had a joint.
Yeah, Derek
Yeah.
the King came in and super kicked Danny B.
Yep.
Shocking.
Yeah.
Shocking. Yeah.
Shocking. I'm stunned.
Derek the King.
What a turn
Danny
of
B
events.
was too.
Yeah. There's only so many ways you can keep watch. You can't watch behind your back. You have somebody else do that for you. It's almost impossible these days.
And the Hollywood Horror Show.
Hollywood Horror Show.
Hollywood
yeah.
Horror Show. That's
Put on
right.
there, Yep. Austin Lane's on there, son.
Austin Lane doing the best of the best challenge right now. So, yeah, I'm sure.
So far, he and Jackson Crowley have had the best match
this is a good
on
match.
CW30, hands down. I
was
mean,
a
I
good
wouldn't say
match.
that.
I would, too.
It was a very
They're
good.
good.
match.
I mean, it's just,
And you can check it out on YouTube too. If you
Yep.
hadn't
You
seen
can.
it, you can check it out. Championship Wrestling from Memphis on YouTube. They've got videos of the matches on there, and you can watch the full shows too as well.
Yeah.
But you can also go through and just find the matches that you wanna watch. You can do that as well. So yeah, definitely go check that out. Championship Wrestling from Memphis on YouTube. Check it out.
So Alan, tell me the truth: is it you really buying the flowers for Maria instead of?
Dude,
Am
stop
I
stalking
buying
her.
the flowers
Van
for
Vicious,
Maria?
Stop stalking her.
Well, here's the deal.
Her husband's
Okay.
literally right beside her.
I'll say this, okay? I have nothing to do with that
Yeah.
at all. I was outside the building when that was going on, so it was
you
not
weren't?
me.
Okay.
I'm not a florist. I don't do anything with flowers. See,
I love how he says,
my-
I was outside the building. Like,
yeah,
outside,
my,
yeah, like
see,
nobody can
no,
see me.
see,
Yeah, exactly. I
my
don't want Dusty to come out
allergies-
there and get
Somehow I
me.
couldn't
My-
make a phone call or bring the flowers.
My
Hey, can you give
allergies
this to
and
me?
my sinuses are all funky, so I don't do flowers. Okay, so I stay away from flowers.
So when you're outside,
I
with
thought
your
it might have been
allergies
some of those
and
fans
stuff
that
messed
come to the
up,
building.
When I was
so he's
outside,
like,
I was
getting-
trying to find some shades. What I was doing,
shade with a flower underneath.
it was hot. Nope.
Plucking those flowers into them. Yeah.
He's
Bunch
out,
of-
It's
he
horrible.
was outside getting Dave Brown's autograph.
That's what it was.
Dave Brown. Yeah, that was
Ooh,
cool.
Dave
That was a cool
Brown.
experience. Meeting
Dave is a super
Brown.
nice guy.
Dave looked like he was having fun though.
Oh yeah, I think Dave
I
had a
love
lot of
Dave.
fun with it.
Yeah. That was nice to hear his voice again out there and,
Oh,
and
yeah.
the stuff he was doing. So
Back on Memphis Wrestling.
Oh man, yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, what else crazy is happening in wrestling right now? There was something else, dude, that happened the other day, and I can't pull it out. I've drawn a blank today. Trying to remember what it was.
I'm sure Cornette said something.
Oh, dude. So I listened. I
noticed
Cornette.
that
He's funny.
here in the past week, a lot of people on Twitter have been sending a whole lot of botches from indie shows all around to Cornette, and it has been
Outlaw Mud Show Wrestling.
that's. There's one out there of a guy climbing on top of like a 20-foot ladder, like a humongous ladder.
Oh, from Saturday night.
And he just stands there, and stands there, and stands there,
Oh, he froze.
and
He was
stands
scared.
there, and stands there, and then all of a sudden he decides he wants to jump.
And he's got and have you seen that video, Chad?
No, and I'm not watching it.
It's bad. He ended up having breaking his hip, and I think his hip socket was jacked up too. So like I think they said on Busted Open this morning that he's gonna be out for like 5 months,
Yep.
something like that.
For doing
He
5 or
needs to
6
be out
months.
stupid.
permanently
Yeah.
and not go back.
He
Cornette
that
said
was-
nobody, no promoter, nowhere should book that guy ever again.
No, if you're that dumb, first of all, the people who are booking that garbage ought to be just taken out behind the woodshed.
that was a Luke Gallows show. Our buddy Luke Gallows from the Good Brothers.
How do they end up booking a guy like that?
Well,
Because Luke knows better.
Well, he's that guy. They were talking on Busted Open this morning. Tommy Dreamer was at the show Saturday night, and so this guy that who did the spot, his name is Laser. He goes by Laser, but he's like a big hand backstage, behind the scenes stuff and doing stuff behind the scenes. But
Don't matter.
yeah, if you go into a spot where you're not really confident in it, and listen, I'm not climbing any ladder. You're not going to see me on the top rope because no, I'm not. I don't do heights. But when you take a ladder, a 20-foot ladder, you put it in the ring, that adds another 5 feet, 3-4 feet maybe, to the height of the ladder,
More
like
than
how
that.
high up you are.
More than that.
Dude, more than
So, and the referee.
What did he jump off onto?
There was a
There
group
were two
of
guys.
There was like four,
Literally doing
there
this
was like
for
4 or
like
5.
3 minutes, waiting on him to jump. I mean, they're down there trying to hold each other.
He got up there and froze, and the referee wasn't really holding the ladder well either. Like I wouldn't have held I would not have held the ladder that way. But you get up there and you freeze, and the result is you almost died.
If
So,
Randy was at the show, I would have left.
So what did he hit?
he hit the floor.
Floor.
That's what I'm asking. So
Yeah,
he
he
didn't
hit the
hit the
floor.
guys. He
Yeah.
hit the floor.
He hit the floor.
He went straight down.
He fell right in front of the guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can just hear the air being sucked out of the crowd, and I mean it was bad. I'll show you the video.
I'm not watching it.
Come on, man.
No, dude, I don't want to watch that garbage. I have no desire to see that. First of all, because it's dumb.
Well, first of all, if you want to see botches, just watch AEW. I mean,
Botchamania.
there's a Twitter account that is nothing but AEW botches.
Well, they got
But you
Twitter
saw the one
accounts
of the
for
dude
everything,
that did the was going to do the was it the 450 or what was it? I don't know what it was. He ended up when he jumped up or the shooting star press and
Yeah.
shot backwards
Yep.
instead of forwards.
And
I
then
mean,
the girl
God.
on like AEW Dark went to do like a suicide dive, and she landed on like her chin with her heels coming over to the back of her
Yeah.
head.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, horrible
Scorpion.
things. Horrible things. I don't want to see any of that stuff. Again, that's when you know you're trying to do crazy things to get a pop instead of working.
Yeah.
And if you can't work and get a pop out of working, you're not wrestling. That's just
There's no talent there.
Man,
That's right.
it's not about moves.
no.
It's
About the story you tell.
The
Yeah,
moves are
the story.
good. The moves are good when they're put in at the right time, at
Right.
the right place.
Exactly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate it. We're out of time for tonight. Thanks, Jason from CCW, for calling in, talking to us for a while. A lot of fun. We will have a lot more interviews coming up in the next few weeks. It's going to be an exciting time. Remember, have a safe weekend. It's a holiday weekend. Be careful out there.
Something right quick.
Sure.
We need to send our condolences to Bill Dundee and Bobby Eaton.
Yes.
Bill,
yes.
Bill lost his daughter, and Bobby
Bobby
lost the
lost
wife
her.
to Donna. She's been battling cancer for like the last 4 or 5 years, and
Yeah, that's so sad.
our condolences go out to Bill and Bobby and family.
Absolutely. Big Red, get real soon as well, buddy.
Yep, you too, Big Red.
We're thinking about you, dude. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll catch y'all next week.
Call.